For being here today. We're going to focus on abundance today and bringing in abundance and planting some seeds for the new moon that's coming up on the 11th. So today we're going to do some things that will build a little bit of strength, and we'll also have a lovely yoga Nidra to give you some restorative relaxation. As we go through the yoga today, listen to your body, and if there's anything that doesn't feel right or you need a rest, feel free to go into child's pose or lay on your back and hug your knees to your chest, or go into savasana. So just go at your pace, listen to your body. So coming into a comfortable seated position, and you might like to place I've got a little block underneath me, and it helps to make it more comfortable, lifts me up a bit, brings my spine up. So in this space, softening your eyes, having your hands either on your knees or in your lap, somewhere nice and comfortable. And I want you to tune into your breath. So taking a couple of deep breaths so you can just hear your breath to help you draw your attention. And notice the rise and the fall in your chest. As you inhale, your chest is rising, and as you exhale, the chest falls away. Notice the connection to the earth underneath your buttocks, underneath your feet. As you inhale, imagine you've got roots underneath your feet that are planted down deep into the earth. And as you inhale, you're drawing the breath and you're drawing the energy from the earth up under your body, through your feet, through your base, up your spine, down your arms. You might feel a little bit of energy there in your hands or in your body. Just continue to breathe in and out, coming into that beautiful space. And we're going to start to move our shoulders, just rolling them around in little circles backwards. And then taking your arms a little bigger. Just working in some gentle movement in our body, paying attention to our breath. And we'll do one more. Then we're going to place our left hand on our right knee and our right hand behind us, and look over our right shoulder, coming into a nice twist. And taking some breaths here. Feeling that twist up your spine and behind your shoulders. And then inhale, come to center, and exhale to the other side. Looking over your left shoulder this time. And taking some nice deep breaths here. And coming back to center. And we're going to go from side to side, stretching the whole side of our body. Inhale as you come up and exhale as you go to the side. And then we'll go from side to side. Inhale to the center, exhale to the side. And then coming down onto the ground, take out any little props you might have, And laying on your back and hugging your knees up to your chest and rolling around on your back, just getting everything nicely massaged, hugging the knees up nice and tight. And placing your feet down on the mat and your hands up from your shoulders. We'll drop our feet to the right and look to the left. And then inhale, feet to the center, and exhale to the other side. So go from side to side. You might find as you do a few more, you get your knees closer to the earth. Just go to where it feels comfortable for you, getting a nice twist in your back. And then bring your knees up to your chest again and taking your knees around in a circle, flushing out your spine. And then come back up onto tabletop, onto your hands and knees. Opening up your hands, spreading your fingers and having your knees underneath your hips. We'll do a few cat-cows. As you inhale, lift your chest and lift your gaze. And as you exhale, bring your spine up towards the ceiling and take your gaze down through your knees towards your feet. And feel the spine start to get some movement all the way down. Imagine it's like a bike chain and you're just getting all the little cogs moving, the little spaces in between. Nice stretch down the back, along the back of the shoulders as well, and the neck. And then we're going to go into thread the needle, stretching our shoulders a little bit. We'll start with moving the right hand slightly to the center of the mat and take our left hand up high and take our eyes with it. So we get a nice twist through the back and the shoulders. And exhale, take the left hand underneath the right and hover it and really move the hand out towards the right side so you get a nice stretch through the shoulder. Inhale back up. And exhale all the way down and take your hand through, really pushing the hand. And then inhale, come back up again, opening up through the chest and back. And this time we're going to take our shoulder and our ear down towards the mat and take the right hand forward to where's comfortable for you. You may not be able to get all the way down. Let's take a few breaths here, opening up your right hand. The right arm is straight now. Creating some space in the scapula on the left side. Let's go 2 more breaths. And then inhale, bring the left hand back up to the mat, slide the right hand back, and we'll take it to the other side. So bring the left hand slightly to the center. Inhale, take the right hand up, take your gaze with it, so you get a nice stretch through the back and the chest. Exhale, bring the right hand underneath the left, and bring the hand through so you get a nice stretch through the right shoulder blade. Inhale all the way up, and then exhale under. Inhale, come all the way up again. And this time we're going to take the right shoulder and the right ear down towards the mat. Take the left hand forward. And taking some nice deep breaths here, just softening your eyes and connecting with a stretch through the scapula on the right shoulder. Creating some space in there. 2 more deep breaths. And then inhale, bring the right hand back up to the mat. Nice. From here, we're going to take our hands a little forward and we're going to go into a plank. So you can either come up onto your feet or you can come to a half plank on your knees. And then we're going to slowly lower our body down to the mat. And then bring our hands slightly forward, Lift up through our chest, lift our gaze, bring our shoulders back and down, squeeze through the butt. And then inhale, bring your forehead down to the mat, slide your hands back a little bit, come up onto your toes, and we're going to push back up to a plank again. And then as you exhale, slowly lower your body down, hands slightly forward. Inhale as you lift your chest and lift your gaze, shoulders back and down, and squeeze the butt, pushing the tops of your feet against the mat. And then exhale, bring your forehead down to the mat. So relax, slide the hands back slightly, coming up onto the toes, and push up onto another plank. So we're building some strength through the shoulders now. And exhale as you slowly lower your body down, sliding the hands slightly forward. Inhale, lift up, squeeze through the buttocks, bring the shoulders back and down, squeezing through the shoulders. And then relax your forehead down to the mat, bending the knees and taking your feet from side to side, just loosening any tension you might have through the lower back. And then pressing up to all fours, tucking your toes under into our first downward dog. So bringing your hips right up towards the ceiling, noticing that stretch through the shoulders and through the back of the legs. Just taking a few breaths here, relaxing in this position. And then bringing your knees down to the mat, taking your hips forward into an upward dog. Taking a couple breaths here, feeling that stretch through the front of your body. And then tuck toes under and come back into downward dog again. A few breaths here. And then coming back down, knees to the mat, and take your chest forward into upward dog. Taking some nice breaths. And then exhale back into downward dog. And one more upward dog. And then bring your knees wide and bring them forward and come into child's pose. So bring your buttocks down to your heels, walk your hands forward, bring your forehead down towards the mat, and tune back into your breath again. As you open up your fingers and have your hands walking a little bit forward, feeling that stretch through the shoulders, through the lower back. Let's take 3 breaths here. Nice. And then coming up to tabletop, tuck your toes under, come up to downward dog. And we're going to walk our feet forward into a forward bend. Let our head fall heavy and our chest fall heavy. And stretching through the back of the legs and the lower back and the shoulders. You might like to fold your arms and just let it all fall heavy here. Connecting back into the breath again. Creating some space through the spine. Three more breaths here. And then inhale, coming back up to standing. And bring your hands up to Anjali Mudra. And just taking a moment, taking a few breaths in mountain pose. Connecting back to the breath. And then coming back towards the back of your mat. And we're going to step forward into a forward lunge. So we're going to turn our left foot, our left toes out slightly and step forward with the right leg. And this time we're going to bring the knee down to the mat. Penny, you can stay standing if that's better for you. And from here, we're going to inhale, lift our arms and lift our chest as though we're holding a big beach ball in our hands. And we're taking that hip forward. So we're feeling a stretch through our arms and our back and also through the front of the leg. And from here, we're going to bring our hands down and place our left elbow on the outside of the right knee and place our other hand on top and looking towards the right side. So we're getting a nice stretch here through the left side of the body and through the left hip. Let's take 3 more breaths here. And then release. And from here, we're going to lift our hands up and lengthen out that front leg into a half humble warrior. 2 more breaths here. And then release your hands to the mat. And we're going to come up to standing. And facing forward, facing a long ways on the mat this time. Your feet nice and wide. Going to inhale, lift up. And exhale, fold forward, bring your hands down to the mat. If it's more comfortable for you, you can bring your hands down to a block. Having your crown of your head facing down towards the mat. Hands about hip width apart. And let's take 5 breaths here. So feeling that stretch down the back of the legs. Really opening up through the thighs, a little bit through the shoulders, and creating space in the spine in the inversion. And then inhale, move your hands a little forward and lift and lengthen the spine. And then heel toe your feet back slightly together. Inhale, come back up to standing. And then we're going to go to the other side. So this time going to the back of the mat again and turning the right toes out slightly and stepping forward with the left foot. And you can stay standing or you can come down into the right knee down onto the mat and the top of the right foot on the mat. And we're going to inhale, lift our hands up, take our hips forward, and imagine we're holding that big beach ball, holding up high as we can. Feeling that stretch right through the right hip this time, through the front of the body. And then we're going to bring our hands down and place our right elbow on the outside of the left knee and place the left hand on top. So we're coming into a twist. And take a few breaths here, stabilizing ourselves through our feet. 1 more breath. And then we're going to take our body forward and lift our hands behind our back. Lengthen out that left leg and lift our hands up, stretching through the back of the leg and through the shoulders. And then we're going to release our hands to the mat and come up to standing. I'm going to turn around, but you don't need to. And we're going to that wide-legged forward bend again. So feet nice and wide. The palms of your hands down onto the mat or onto a block if you have one handy. I'll let the crown of your head face towards the earth. And we'll take 5 breaths here. Enjoying nice inversion. It's great for your circulation and for your lymphatic system. Creating some space in your spine. Taking some of the tension out of your lower back. So 2 more breaths here. And then heel toe your feet back towards the center of the mat. Inhale, coming up. And give your body a little shake. From here, we're going to try our dancer pose. So we're going to face towards the top of the mat, and you might want to place yourself so that you can reach onto something, give you a little bit of balance if you need it. And we're going to open up our toes on the right foot and move our hips in a circular direction. So we're tuning into the anchor points under our right foot. And we're going to pick up the left foot and place it in the left hand. Find your gazing point. And then we're going to kick out that left leg, bring our chest forward and bring our right hand out. So finding that gazing point, coming up into dancer pose. So kicking out that left leg. Let's go 3 more breaths here. And then release the foot back down to the mat. Good work. Give your feet a little shake. And we'll take it to the other side. So this time we're going to open up the left toes and move our hips in a circle to tune in with the anchor points underneath the left foot. And then we're going to find that gazing point, bending the right knee and placing the right foot in the right hand. Get yourself nice and balanced, bring your knees together. And then inhale as you kick your right foot back and bring your left hand forward. So get your nice balance. Let's go 3 more breaths here. And then release it. Well done. Okay, give your legs a nice kick. From here, we're going to go into our yogi squat. So if you have a bolster or if you have a blanket that you can fold over and put it behind you and put your heels on it, it'll give you some nice balance. We're going to have our feet just a little bit wider than hip width. And we're going to come down into a squat. So Penny, with your knees, you might like to bring it down nice and deep to there. For others, you might be able to come down a little lower. Bring your chest up, hands together, and use your elbows to push out your knees. So you're coming into a really nice deep hip opening position. That's it. Whoops. Gilda did a YFO, yoga fall over. Come back into position. Nice work. That's it. So come back to your gazing point. Let's take 10 breaths here. Three breaths to go. And then bring your hands down to the mat and straighten out your legs into a forward bend. You can kick away that support that you had and just enjoy the nice forward bend and the stretch up through the back of your legs. And then we're going to come down onto the mat. And from here, let's go into a boat pose. So we've been doing a little bit of these, so we're coming into a little bit of strengthening through the core. So we're starting in the position where we've got our chest up nice and high and our heels on the ground, our knees bent. And we're going to pick up either one foot or both feet, hands along the side. And we're going to count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then allow your back to roll down, hug your knees up to your chest and relax, moving your knees in a circle, releasing any tension you might have in that lower back. And then we're going to come up and do another one. So coming back into the seated position again. So we're planting the seeds for our strength here, tuning into the abundance. So let's lift up again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then lower your body down to the mat. Hug your knees up again. Releasing any tension that you might have in that lower back area. So you can stay here if you want, or you can do one more, depending on how you feel. Coming up to that seated position again. Heels on the mat, and then we're going to lift up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then lower your body down to the mat. And this time take your feet out wide, knees still bent, arms out from your shoulders. And we're going to drop both knees to the right and then take both knees to the left, using your legs like they're windscreen wipers, just loosening out through the hips and through each side of your body. I've got a nice doggy pillow here. And then walk your feet back together again with your knees bent. And we're going to pick up our left foot off the mat and take our left leg across the top of the right leg. And then we're going to reach our hands forward, either grabbing onto the left shin or through to the left thigh or even to the left shin, and hug that up, getting a nice stretch through the right side of the glutes. Let's take 4 breaths here. And then releasing your hands, taking the right foot down to the mat and placing your right hand on your left knee, left hand out from your shoulder, and draw that knee across to the right side, going into a deep stretch through the left side of the body. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Just gradually relaxing into the stretch and bringing the left knee across towards the right side. And then inhale back to center and place the left foot back on the ground and lift the right foot up and bring the right shin across the front of the left thigh. And then lifting up and either holding on to the shin or the left thigh or the left shin, and draw that up. Feeling the stretch this time through the right glute. It's great to loosen off any lower back tension you may have. Let's do a few more breaths here. And then release your hands, take the left foot to the mat. Place your left hand on your right knee and your right hand out from your right shoulder, and draw that right knee across to the left side as you look to the right. So coming into a deep stretch through the right side of the body. Keep your shoulders on the mat so you get a nice stretch through the front of your chest. And let's take some nice deep breaths here. Each exhalation, surrendering a little more into the twist. And 1 more breath. And then inhale, knees back to center and hug them up to your chest and take a little circle. And from here, we're going to reach through the insides of our knees and reach and try and grab hold of the outside of your feet, or you can grab your ankles or your shins and then bring the feet up towards the ceiling into happy baby. So you get a nice stretch through the lower back again. Let's take a few breaths here. You might like to Move around, move the feet around. You might like to roll a little bit in a circle or back and forward, whatever feels right for you. Just playing with that as a happy baby would. Flattening out the back on the mat. Just take 3 more breaths here. Nice. And then release your feet down to the mat. And we're going to go into legs up next. So you can take your legs up the wall, you can go into a shoulder stand, or you can go into a supported leg raise by placing a block or a bolster underneath your lower back and lifting your hands up, lifting your feet up. So coming up into whatever legs up position you'd like to do today. Giving your ankles a little circle, nice and light through the legs. You might like to take your feet out wide for a few breaths. And then bring your feet together, knees out to the side like a butterfly. And then legs back up into the air again. Let's take 4 more breaths here. Just connecting to the earth, connecting to your breath. Noticing that rise or fall of the chest as you breathe. Feeling the effects of the inversion, so the lymphatic system's reverse, so all of the fluids coming down from the feet, down through the ankles and the legs and the knees and back up into the lymph nodes in our groin. Just moving our feet again in little circles. And then on the next inhalation, slowly lowering your body down to the mat and coming to a comfortable Savasana position for your relaxation in Yoga Nidra. So from here, you might like to place a bolster underneath your knees to support your lower back. You might like to place your head on a blanket. You might have an eye pillow that you want to use. You might like to put on a cardigan to keep in the energy and the warmth that you've built during your yoga practice. Whatever feels comfortable for you. It's getting nice and comfortable. Taking 3 deep releasing breaths. Relaxing your body. Being aware of the sounds in the distance. And moving your awareness from sound to sound, not attempting to identify the sound. Be aware of your physical body lying in Savasana. Be aware of your alignment, your chin lower than your forehead, your spine aligned, your arms close to the body, fingers away from the floor, as comfortable as possible. Become aware of your natural breath and keep it completely spontaneous. Repeat your intention for your practice mentally 3 times. And rotate your consciousness around your body, starting with your right hand thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm, back of your hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side trunk, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, toes, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Check your awareness that you're still awake and rotate your consciousness to the left side of your body, starting with your left hand, thumb, forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger. Palm, back of your hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left side trunk, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, top of your foot, bottom of your foot, toes, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Check your awareness that you're still awake. Move your attention to the back of your body, your heels, back of your legs, buttocks, back, shoulder, arms, hands, whole of your spine, neck, back, head, crown of your head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, eyebrow center, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, right nostril, left nostril, lips, chin, throat, chest, 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 pelvis, 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 abdomen, abdomen, abdomen. Become aware of your breath, counting back from 17 to 0. Check your awareness that you're still awake. Awaken the feeling of warmth within your body. Your whole body is warm. Your legs are warm. Your body is warm. Your arms are warm. Now awaken the feeling of coolness in your body. Your arms are cool. Your body is cool. Your legs are cool. Your whole body is cool. Bring your awareness to the front of your closed eyes and imagine the following objects as they are named. A red rose, a setting sun, a beautiful garden, clear blue sky, a rainbow, the sound of the ocean, a turtle, a waterfall, and a beautiful jacaranda. Now is the time in your practice to repeat your intention 3 times. And bring your awareness back to your breath. Feel your body resting in Savasana, aware of the room that you're in and the surrounding floor and ceiling, windows and walls. The sounds inside the room and the sounds outside the room. Recall the time of day and know that the practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to an end. I'll chime the singing bowl. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Wiggling your fingers and toes and stretching out through your arms and your legs. And rolling to one side. And coming up into a comfortable seated position. And I've got a quote today for abundance. The quote is, align with love and tap into abundance. So I thought that was a nice one for us to finish off with. So let's bring our hands to Anjali Mudra and then up to our forehead for kind thoughts, and to our lips for kind words, and to our heart for a kind heart. Namaste. thank you all for being here today and your beautiful yoga practice. Hope you've enjoyed it, feeling nice and relaxed. Everybody's on mute still. I noticed when I said wiggle your fingers and toes and stretch out, the dog was stretching out like this. Yeah. I'm not sure why you're all still on mute. Maybe I can help you there.